bring the guy in, actually. JabhiM has been on standby and been hanging out with us and getting ready for this interview because of the fact that, well, he's that guy. He already knew.
He is
First
that
and foremost,
guy.
yo, JabhiM, big congrats to you, man.
Thanks, man. I actually don't even know what to say. Like, I'm just all over. Like, I'm even myself, like, I'm surprised I managed to bring it back. You know, it's like after I just had some Red Bulls and they kicked in, I don't know if it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
my mind is all over, man.
Well, I mean, with the composure that you showed, especially after that winners final set, I was incredibly impressed. The Nash wasn't able to get the job done. And the first question I wanted to ask is, what was your mindset going into that reset, picking Karin, and just, you know, committing to it the entire time? Because it felt like you figured out the matchup against the Ed in such a fantastic way where Billy D just didn't know how to navigate neutral against your normal placements.
You know, when I picked Nash, you know, it was more to combat the V triggers. You know, V trigger 1 and V trigger 2, as well as play and win the neutral. You know, to be honest with Karin, I know I can win the matchup. You know, but it's just a matter of winning the neutral, which is easy for Ed to frustrate you, to be honest, you know. So when I played that last, so I got 3 Odin winners. That last game when I switched to Karin, it wasn't all bad. You know, it was just that I let the pressure get to me. You know, so going into the reset, I mean, after playing Vince and coming back from that crazy Rashid, he was all over the place, you know, and finally, when I stopped him, I just felt a burst of momentum, and I said to myself, "There's no way Ed can be worse than Rashid." You know, I just need to go with my gameplay, and you know, I like the things just started coming together. You know, they just started coming together. It's almost like I was in the Matrix now.
Yeah, we kind of saw that exercise from you towards the end, like after the reset had happened, to kind of talk us through it real quick. When you had started to use the V reversal specifically against the offensive options that Billy Date was using for his own V trigger, like was there something that finally clicked? Is like, all right, well, now that I don't have to rely on my V trigger as much, just utilizing these V reversals, there was so much more of a neutral threat that you presented. Can you talk us through those moments as soon as you found that answer of V reversal against Billy Date's V trigger?
So he started finding the answer a bit late to the V reversals, because with Ed's V trigger 2, you have to V reversal late. You V reversal the fireballs or whatever. You have to V reversal late. So you actually have to look for the snatcher. You know, so that's what I was doing. The minute I saw the snap, if you saw, most of the time he tried to bait out the V reversal, and he did the, I don't know what you call is it the back heavy punch where he comes towards you?
Yeah,
you know,
makes sense.
Yeah, you try to bait out the V reversal by not going into the snatcher, but because I'm delaying the V reversal, I realized, okay, so he didn't do the snatcher, and let me just throw him and continue my pressure, you know. He started in the last game, but it was a bit too little too late. In the last game, what he started to throw out the snatcher, you know. So I blocked one, but he knows that, okay, now I'm looking for the snatcher. You know, you see, if he throws it, I might jump over him, you know, and punish him. So at that time, I knew I had him.
Man, I love that confidence that you had, because we were talking while we were commentating that the V reversal was the key, because every single time he started to get momentum going, Billy Date, it just felt like as soon as the V trigger was gone, it's like, all right, well, how do I hit JabhiM?
He was stumped. He was legit
like,
stumped,
man,
yeah.
None of these normals are working. I can't frustrate him anymore. And your just consistency, like with the back turn Orochis and your critical arts, were just across the board. He couldn't move forward, couldn't jump, just ran out of options. But now, you know, you've got a lot of options to wait for in the future, because you have a lot of opponents on that grand stage, the final dance of CPT. And this is a dual part question. Do you still plan on entering the World Warrior Series for your scene to keep yourself sharp and, you know, be like Travis Styles and get all those points? And who out of everyone that's qualified so far for the Capcom Pro Tour, who do you have your sights on? Who are you most excited to play in the world?
I'm excited to play Kawano. You know, I just wanna. Like he's the guy I really want to play. If Punk qualifies, then he's gonna be the guy I want to play the most. You know, but if he doesn't, then Koano. But as for the World Warrior events, I'm not entering. I'm not gatekeeping. You know, it's really a fantastic opportunity that there's a potential 2 spots for SA. You know, so I really want to let the guys duke it out. You know, because this, like, even now thinking about this win, it's getting I'm getting a bit emotional. You know, because it's always been, I know it's a dream for a lot of players to compete at Capcom Cup. You know, so I don't want to really gatekeep people's dreams, especially because what were the chances for us to even get a CPT? You know, now we got potential 2 spots. You know, so I'm not gatekeeping, but I will be entering the other local tournaments.
That's amazing. I love that. And on the emotional piece, you know what? This is your moment. You get to feel it all right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, all smiles, whatever you're feeling, like, feel your feelings, man. You are right now you are the undisputed best in your region, and that is, I loved watching your region, so give yourself that credit.
And we talked about this a little bit earlier, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because of the fact that this might be the final year of Street Fighter V, all things considered, right? So again, you're doing so much for the community, making this possible. Also to the tournament organizers that have been putting it down. We see them on social media. We see how active you guys are and putting yourselves in the spotlight. And again, your skills speak for yourselves. But now I really want you to have the spotlight, to speak for yourself and possibly thank everybody that's been a part of your journey. So please, Jabhi, if you will. My man.
You're amazing, man. You did so good.
To be honest with you, man, I gotta say, like, you could just, you know, hear the amount of support that's been put on for this entire community and how much it means to everybody. So JabhiM, again, your sentiment is easily shared with everybody, like, in and outside of this desk. So it 100% is like the realest experience and honestly the truest form of expression. We appreciate you for sure, man.
Yeah. Take your time if needed.
Actually the GOAT, man.
Yeah, you're so good, dude. Like, I gotta say, I was so incredibly impressed because I know that when Vicious and I have been in that 3-0 position trying to come back, it's so hard.
Dude,
you made it look like it was another day at the
actually
office.
nuts, man. This is your moment, brother. Like, this is like everything that you've been aspiring to go through, like everything that you put your hard work into. Like, this is like things that guys like ourselves, like Jake Ryan and I, like, we aspire to even like get to.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it. That's why we're commentators
why
at
we're
the
over
moment.
here.
We couldn't do it. That's why we're commentators. But you've achieved what a lot of the players have been trying to get to their entire life. So a man like you, you know, being able to do so, it is a big giant accomplishment. So be proud, man. I know you are. You can see it from your expression right now. But again, you know, your moment, whenever you decide to share it, that is exactly, you know, going to be yours and your community's. You know what I'm saying? The community is on your shoulders now.
I just want to thank Capcom for hosting, you know, and thank the guys for really putting through the work. You know, there were times where I thought, because I put in so much work, that's why I'm so emotional. I put in so much work, and I thought I won't make it to Capcom Cup again. You know, and it almost felt like what is all this hard work for, you know? But then the minute I stopped myself from feeling like that, and I said, you know what, here's my moment. I need to really pull through. Then, you know, things just started coming together, you know. So, man, it's a dream to compete at Capcom Cup. You know, it's really a dream. So, to actually finally get that spot. You know, and a lot of people don't know this, but, you know, there was a time where I was actually saving a lot of money to travel to one CPT event, you know, to eventually travel to one CPT event and compete, you know, to at least say to myself, I tried, you know. So now to actually be in Capcom Cup, man, like, I don't even know how to feel. It's just, I'm just all over, man. To think that that's what I was doing a few years ago, you know, because there weren't big events happening, you know. And shout out to Ripple South Africa, you know, for really keeping people's dreams alive, you know. And then shout out to Capcom as well for allowing this moment, you know. So Like when I think about, all that money I saved, to travel to one CBT, and then Red Bull South Africa says, you know what, here are more opportunities to travel. Then Capcom says, no, we're not done. There's still more. And then I don't know, like I'm just all over, man.
Well, we are incredibly proud of you for achieving your dream, and you know what? There's even more dreams to chase because you've won in your region, and now you have the potential to not only be the winner of South Africa, but one of the best players in the world, and you're already on that pedestal. So I want you to give a huge pat on your back because it was a colossal ask, and you looked at it like it was just another Sunday, and
Yeah.
you like so very
Dominant,
good.
dude.
Dominant, man.
Absolutely
so
dominant.
No, thanks, and shout outs to you, Vicious and Jake, for the amazing commentary. Also shout out to Logan, for also extending a hand at Red Bull Hit the Streets as well. It really, I was asking the guys yesterday, like, man, how did it feel to be on stream? And everybody was saying, like, hey, man, it's amazing. It's amazing to have these guys comment my matches. I'm used to local commentator, now I got international commentary. Just shout out to you guys as well, man. And big love to Effort and Logan.
The guys from across the pond definitely feel your sentiment. And if they happen to not catch it, well, we'll be sure to forward it to them. So again, big thank you to you, JabhiM. Where can they find you on social media if anybody wants to check out even more of the South Africa scene?
I've got Instagram, which is at JabhiMabuza. Same thing with Twitter, it's at JabhiMabuza. JabhiMabuza.
Perfect, man. Again, we appreciate your time giving us this very, very heartfelt, emotional interview, man, because, again, we definitely feel the same way you're feeling, but you've achieved above and beyond a lot of players, man. Again, you get to be a part of the big dance, so big congrats to you, and big congrats to the scene in general as a whole. You guys are truly some of the most inspirational players that I've really ever encountered, so it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate your scene. So, again, big ups to you, JabhiM. Big congratulations, my man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for hosting it.
Yeah.
We'll see you for the next one, man. We'll see you over at the big dance. Take it easy. And big ups to the rest of the community out there as well, for the TOs, the players, etc. These guys have been doing a fantastic job. So, again, looking forward to seeing you play. Jake, it's been a phenomenal, pretty much entirety of the top 8 thus far. I mean, like, closing it out that way, I can't even accumulate my thoughts because my heart's pretty much running a mile a minute.